they already have problems with that. From what I heard from the last time Burning Man was, people couldn't get tickets to it now, huh?
Well, they started this whole, like lottery thing. It's like, what are you doing? For 10 years, I never had a problem getting a ticket until they made sure scalpers couldn't get tickets, and then the people who really want them can't get them. And then you're like, what, are you turning this into a social game? It's like Zynga was designing the ticket policy, He's like, what are you talking about? Keep coming back, and it'll be available for sale in 3 hours on one day. Like, what the fuck are you doing? It's really upsetting, which is, but you go out there and you die anyway. I mean, it's so harsh.
There's a fascinating they did a documentary about that, and like they have there's that original crew that plans it every year.
Yeah.
And they talk about how it's sad because it's one of those things that's supposed to be this really free and open experience, and because it's gotten so big, they've had to put regulations and restrictions and laws on it. Because and they'll even say that like it's disappointing. This goes a little bit against what this thing is for. But if we don't do this, if we don't charge prices, ticket prices, we can't have ambulances, we can't have ER people, we can't have people.
And that's all fine,
sure.
but lose the social game of lottery bullshit that they injected in, which is like, who designed? I swear, it's like the worst social gaming company they hired to figure out how to sell the tickets. And now you're talking about an event like Burning Man, right? We're not talking Coachella, where you go down there and you're going to go to a concert for a couple days and stay in your little tent on grass. Right? No, we're talking about you go out there and you die if you're not prepared, right? Ants don't even live there. They're like, fuck this. We moved out a long time ago. Right?
We moved to Seattle a long time ago.
It's literally that bad. I've seen 121-degree days out there, right?
Jesus
like shit
Christ.
is crazy out there at times. And so you need, if you're going to do it right, you need to plan a whole year in advance. Except the way that they do is they go, well, as you missed the February lotto for this, but you didn't get picked. But coming up again in May, and you're like, the event's in August.
Yeah, I got a plan for this thing. It's like summoning K2.
Maybe I'll be able to go. Maybe I won't. So
this.
I just stopped going. And I think a number of people do that, but a lot of more people are showing up. But the other thing that was interesting is that when I started going there, I remember the first year I went, it was great people. There was one bar that I remember where people were serving alcohol. Everyone else is high on something else, right? There's one bar. Now it's all bars, which means a lot more alcohol, a lot more people. And I can guarantee you this, no one ever got smarter on alcohol, right?
Yeah. I'll tell you what they did get is dehydrated. Which is, which is not good. And because they probably didn't bring water either. No, it's a fascinating. If you get a chance, there's a great documentary on Netflix about it. And it's not a great
overall
documentary.
Burning Man, or just this like the tickification?
It's the beginning of Burning Man all the way up until I think Burning Man 2012 when they started.
How long's Burning Man been going?
94 or something.
Okay.
The first
Something
one
like
on the
that,
beach.
They did the beach out in
93.
That beach, right?
Yeah, North San Francisco. Out.
I can't remember where we're at.
Seaside.
Seaside. It's fascinating because they start with a complete and total blank canvas, and their methodology behind it is it's like they don't leave anything behind.
Right.
So like they have groups of at the very end of the event, they have groups of volunteers that will walk like you're looking for someone in the forest.
Yeah.
And they will make sure there's no nails, no screws, cigarette butts, anything left behind.
No trace.
They go down and pick it up. It's really fascinating. But then the other fascinating thing is they show how they have to store all the shit. Because like half of the infrastructure, they have to have infrastructure because it's so big. You have to have like booths and places for people to go if they're not feeling well, things like that. It's all stored off site, like miles away, and so they start loading in that show like a month in advance or something. It's crazy, man. And it's crazy. It's an industry, but it's still, I think, from what I've heard, a lot of people say it's still worth going to. It's still worth experiencing.
You don't die without going to Burning Man. Meaning, like, don't hit your grave without seeing that first. Like, no matter what.
It sounds absolutely horrible.
It's absolutely insane.
How many years did you go?
About 12.
Okay.
It's but the first year it totally changed my life.
Really?
And that's what people. That's what everybody says.
It renewed my faith in humanity. It's like if it were a business plan, right? It says, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drag 50,000 people out into the harshest, one of the top 10 harshest environments on planet Earth, right? Like I said, ants don't live there. Insects are like, fuck this place, right? Insects. Think about that, right? So these are the things that absolutely don't
live through the apocalypse.
Exactly.
And they won't go to Burning
Roaches?
Man.
No, they don't go to Burning Man.
They're not going there.
They're like, what are you, crazy?
Thank you for doing the Beetlejuice.
Yeah, but when you got there, I mean, the first year I went was with Josh Gabriel, the DJ. I grew up with Gabriel in Dresden, stuff like that. Tony Fidel, who just did Nest.
Oh,
and he invented the iPod and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And out there with characters like that, but we're like dying underneath, horrible conditions. They brought me out. I had never been out there before. I had heard certain types of music. I'm like, where is that music? I've never heard that before. And they're like, you got to go to Burning Man. It's so intense that you get a different sound. You get different things happening because the environment is just so harsh. You're all in it together, right? And then what you're looking at, like, you know, I mean, the trust funders, the trustafarians, you know, they're coming in from all over the world, right? Japan, China, wherever the people are coming there, because there is no party like it on Earth, right? So if you can imagine an endless sprawl where you have 117 or 114 miles of streets, which is actually the layout plan. If you were to walk the whole distance, it's like 112 miles if you're covering every street. And it's so enormous and so insane and so off the hook and yet so safe. You know, like I've never seen a fight. I mean, there's Thunderdome, the club, the East Bay Rats, the fight club.
They have as the documentary,
Thunderdome out there.
Thunderdome.
And the guys, you know, sometimes you'll see people ultimate fighting, and you're like, it's fucking Burning Man. You're ultimate. You're bashing each other's faces in. But hey, you know, that's
what they want to do.
And
let's go, Tim.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
This is a real thing. This
By
is
the way,
something that people do. Let's
the-
go get super
way-
stoned and fight each other.
At the end of it,
Oh my
at
God.
the end of it, they have the Burning Man. They have the burn.
They burn the man.
Which where they
What?
build this gigantic
Not they don't burn.
wooden statue,
Okay.
and
I was about to walk the fuck out.
They
I was
get-
like, no.
they get everyone in a safe distance away, and they light this thing on fire, and it's this giant, amazing thing that everyone's experiencing.
So this is like industrial accidents at the entertainment level, meaning this is like industrial accidents for entertainment, right? It's unbelievable. And we were out there one time, and they did. So we didn't know what was going on, but they said, I guess, you know, I mean, it's so big and so many things going on, you can't see everything. It's impossible.
Because there's like districts and stuff, right?
It's,
like I've
there's
heard
a million things happening at once.
Yeah,
So
they
the
have
idea that
streets,
you're going
like-
to
Well,
schedule
you said
something-
116 miles?
112 or 114
Something like that, yeah.
miles of streets laid out. Look at the satellite.
It's a
photograph.
neighborhood. I mean, if you
They
if you
build
look
up
at
a
the
neighborhood out
It's
of
a
nothing.
city, man.
Yeah.
It's a city, you know.
Yeah,
And it
look
becomes,
at Google a picture of it from the satellite. It looks like a giant fucking crop circle.
it's a
Like,
big
it is
pagan
crazy.
symbol. You know, it's all
It's nuts, man.
Fucking shit.
Yeah. So then when they burn the man and stuff like that, you know, it's industrial scale. I mean, 200-foot flames, or you know, it's real. It's very real. One time we were out there, and we didn't know what was happening, but they were scheduling. They were going to do the biggest explosion ever at Burning Man.
Just
Now-
hold on. Let's
Yeah.
let's
Like,
rewind. on
because
this.
someone had to
The biggest explosion ever, just ever.
at Burning Man.
Wait, the biggest explosion at Burning Man?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just, okay.
Not
Yeah.
ever.
Not ever.
Ever would be like
Yeah.
a volcano.
That'd be like planet blows up.
Okay.
Not
We're
good.
gonna do
Okay,
it, man.
okay.
The biggest explosion ever.
No sequels. So we're standing there, you know, at a sound camp, which is actually run by Jeff, who founded Monster.com.
Okay.
And he's got people like Crystal Method out there playing on 100,000 sound watt fucking insane sound camp, and we're standing there like setting some stuff up, and it's, you know, not dark out yet, and all of a sudden we see a flash off in the distance. Now it's miles, right? You can go out miles on perfectly flat. That's where they sent land speed records. We see this flash, and I think either a plane crashed or a tanker blew up. Like a full-size tractor-trailer tanker blew up. That's how big it was. And you see this flash, and then this huge mushroom cloud of flame rising like a nuclear bomb over there. You know, like hundreds of feet in the air. Like, we're like, holy shit. And you watch, and you're looking at the ground, and then there's this wave. The shock wave is like coughing
It's
up
like the
dust.
beginning of Terminator 2.
And you're like, and you're like,
Then Lauren's
boom.
on a chain link
You're like,
fence.
wow, man. And,
Holy shit! This sounds like
Tim, I feel like you'd like
see,
Burning
you're going to go, man.
no, I'm not. This is scary.
And everyone there is in a great mental state to see a nuclear
yeah.
explosion and not panic.
Oh my god, Nick, can you imagine this? Me and you go to
I've
freaking Burning Man.
often talked about this. Now,
Do a show from Burning Man.
I thought you're not allowed to bring cameras or phones or.
Well, you're not supposed to, but everyone does. So,
Okay.
you know, yeah.
so
Sorry, Kevin. I believe in rules.
Here's my only concern with it right now is that if I went, I'd have to go without my wife, which is not a concern at all.
If you were to
But-
go, you'd have
for
to
you.
get divorced.
I'd probably have to get divorced first. But if she were to go with me, the problem now is that the rich go. And when the rich go, they bring their RVs. And last year, from what I understand, one of my friends was telling me that the RVs, they park their RVs this close away from each other so no one can squeeze by, and they make their own encircled like village where it's like
the billionaires
air
camp.
conditioned, all this stuff, like everything's catered, so you bring your own chef and stuff like that. My wife would want to stay there, and I
yeah,
can't
see, I can
afford
get
it.
down with that.
And I think it's kind of
I
the
think that's
antithesis
I think
of what
it's 20 grand.
Is it 20 grand?
That spot. Yeah, that's sort of the Zuckerberg.
Dude, just
and those
be
people.
there. So then you got to bring your own shit
to be able to camp there. With them. Yeah.
But then you got to bring your own RV and all your own food and stuff. So it's probably another $10,000.
Well, I think they'll take care of the food and stuff.
Oh, will
like
they do
that.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And then there was an article. I think Wired did it.
Kevin, you're fired. I need that money. Sorry.
It was on the people that were working for them out there, and they were like, "Fuck this! I'll never do it again."
Yeah.
Servicing a bunch of billionaires at Burning Man. Fuck this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. What's the point?
Yeah.
After watching the documentary, I was like, I kind of want to go to this.
You got to go once. You got to go once.
But you don't have to go for the whole time, by the way. They do
blown
shuttles now.
away.
I'm sure I'll be blown away.
They do shuttles now that they didn't used to before. You had to just kind of get yourself, but you can get shuttled in and out of it on a day thing if you want. Like if you're like, I don't want to do this, I'm tired, sorry, I can't do this. You can get out fast.
But that doesn't sound like it would get the real experience.
I
think
the only way you could actually swing that, because you can't predict traffic, right?
Right.
You could be stuck in 8 hours on one road and not go anywhere. It's happened to me a couple times. But the sure way in and out is you fly in and out. Because they got an airstrip there.
There's a fucking airport there.
Basically, yeah.
They just
but I
build
did
an
see a
airport.
plane crash there and it blew up. Because it's high altitude, right? It's high altitude.
I should try it at least once. This sounds great. Nothing can go wrong. There's explosions that you actually feel the wave from. Planes crash. The biggest explosion of all fucking time. This sounds
and they
great
ended,
old
don't
time.
forget,
Yeah.
they ended all by lighting a statue that they try to get bigger and bigger every year on fire.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down with that. I like it as an idea. I also like looking
And
at all the Facebook
everyone
pictures
is
later.
having sex with each other.
Yeah, I know.
And they're
that's
all
what the pictures
stinky.
are good for. Yeah,
No, they don't stink because it's talc. It's not sand. It's talc. So everyone gets covered in this like light powder, and for some reason you don't smell everyone like you do
Really?
at a concert.
Yeah,
So
people
you
are
don't
stinky
smell
at
BO
concerts.
everywhere, which
Really?
is amazing. It's not just because you smell so bad.
It's
that
not
you
on the
can't
salt
smell them.
flats though, right?
No, it's not salt. It's talc.
Talc.
So it's literally like talc. This is where they get talc powder.
I've never seen Tim so upset at a story.
I just like
He's so uncomfortable. The pure one can't handle it.
Yeah.
But I'll give you a quick Burning Man story.
Sure.
Right? One is-
Please.
So we're walking around. I got a buddy of mine. He's an actor in LA. He's in Spielberg's new series that's coming up with the ETs and stuff. And really good guy. We went to school together. He's like, okay, I'll go. We go out there, and he's just completely blown away. He's like, I need to go meditate. Dude's like 6'5", he's huge. He's like, I need to go meditate, man. It's just like way overwhelming. So anyway, very shortly, we're walking around. We find, and it's only about like 114 degrees out. And we find there's a cold sake bar, right? Like cold sake. And it's all being served by like these gorgeous girls that are all naked. So we're like, we are so going for sake right now. Right? And we go,
You're starting to win me over.
and we're sitting there at the sake bar, right? And there's this little Japanese kid, and maybe he's like 17 or 18 or 20, something, small kid, and he's red as a lobster. I mean, he's just absolutely unprepared. We're like, dude, man, what happened to you? He's like, and he's speaking broken English, and he's like, I just knew, Burning Man, so I thought it was like a concert, so I come out here, I get here, and I'm like, it's not like a concert. He goes, but these people are great, man. And he's got all this shit, and he's like, people gave me this, and people gave me this, and they gave me the sunscreen, and they gave me this, and he goes, I got nothing, but I got a Sharpie, and I'll write my name on you. We were like, hey, you know what? You need some of these too, and you need some of that, and we give him some stuff. And he's like, I can write my name in kanji on your arm, right? I'll write your name in kanji here, right? Mm-hmm. Now, at this one little bar where people are just drinking cold sake in the middle of the day, he does that, and another guy's here. He's like, well, I speak Farsi, man. You want me to put your name in Farsi, right? And so we had, by the time everyone at this bar in the next like hour had their name written in about 9 different languages in different alphabets, in Chinese, it was an amazing thing in Arabic. It was like wow, and that just happens. Like those things, you had all these people from all over the world. They all look like they're homeless at this moment. You know? And then you find out these are extraordinary minds. Like you'll never know who you're actually bumping into, and there's some incredible things that happen out there. It's kind of magical, and part of it is the mutual suffering. And make no mistake, and it is suffering because it's so brutal. But when it gets into, this is why all the best DJs in the world will go out there and love playing it, because there's nothing like it when everyone's suffering together, and then you let loose.
It's
It's not like going to a concert.
Yeah,
it makes concerts look like romper room, man. It's just a joke, It's over the top.
So Tim, there you go. We'll go, and you'll sell you can sign.
I mean, as you're saying that, I
people's-
was like, I'm okay. Naked women in. I get to write my name on people's arms. I'm double in.
Or boobs on the naked women.
Right.
You jumped in.
And it looks like the apocalypse. It actually looks less like everyone's homeless and more like it does look like the Road Warrior. When you look at pictures of it, you're like, this is like a nice version of Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
So okay,
And
what's
the
up with
chicks
the
are hot.
names? Like you get different names.
Well, that's like
What's your name?
I don't do the apply name thing. You know, I feel like that was for the people who started a long time ago, and I started later, so I didn't feel quite like I was hip enough to. But I think a lot of it is they don't want to what
you do there. You don't want following you home, right?
Yeah, and it's certainly if people are going to let it down, it's going to happen there more than anywhere
I want to be
else.
called the Oak.
The Oak.
Something cool, or the Redwood, the Great Redwood. You know what I mean, Tim? Because usually it's like Moonbeam or Stardust or something cool like that. I just straight up want to be like, I need it to be a euphemism for my penis. No?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I'm totally into it.
We'll call yours
The Giving Tree.
The Giving Tree?
the Hedge.
I like all of this. This is really good.
All right, so we're going to Burning Man this year.
No, I mean, no.
Dude, you guys need to do a podcast from Burning Man.
If you go to Burning Man, we'll go.
Don't
Let's
fucking
do it.
don't
Do a
sign
camp.
us up for that shit. Don't sign us up
Lord.
for that shit. Jesus
Yeah, that's so
Christ.
scary.
We
And
could
that-
bring we just set this up because people do that shit. Like they're these art directors and set designers, these guys that it's their job normally to do this stuff. They'll spend 2 months with the crew and make like one of the guys in the documentary made Wall Street. He made like 3 different buildings in Wall Street and then they burned him down. It was fucking nuts.
Symbolism.
Yeah,
It
they
is
put a lot of energy in
wild.
things they're gonna burn.
My God.
Yeah, it's crazy,
See,
man.
here's the thing.
And girls,
Yeah.
gorgeous,
Good. That's
lots of,
And they're
beautiful-
just not uninhibited. They're uninhibited. That's why I want to bring, my wife so that I don't get into any sort of trouble. I'm lying to you right now. I'm 100% lying to myself. Tim just gave me you're trying to save yourself.
yeah. No, listen,
Yeah.
my friends are pretty like-minded to me, so I think the majority of my friends are like, fuck that. This does not sound like something I'd ever want to do. But then the few people I do know that go, I'm like, okay, you would go. You would be one of those people that go. But then you hear their stories, and you're like, they're all like this, where they're just these crazy shit. They're like, dude, it changed my fucking life. And it made me see things differently. I'm just like, I don't know if I need to see things that way. Like, you're a changed person, man. Like,
Yeah, I like the way I see things, man. I see
Like,
things,
I
and
think
I'm
it's
happy.
good.
I don't want to change. No, I mean I think it's one of those situations where it's going to be what you need it to be, and I think a lot of people go out there and they're so stressed out, and they just need that freeing experience of like I can do anything right now. Like the only
be
thing
anyone.
that is holding me back from anything is myself. So let's get rid of that with something and let's go be free for at least a few days.
That's how I
It's a
feel at
pretty interesting
Disneyland,
concept.
man. They got fireworks. It's all good.
I mean, it's going to cost you as much to go to Disneyland for a day as it will with Burning Man for 3 days. So
true.
Yeah, but think about it. At Disneyland, what's the chance of one of those fireworks hitting you?
I like we said it like it's a selling vector. It's like,
Think about it.
Oh
You ever
my
watch
God.
Saudi drift racing?
Oh God.
You ever see that?
that's what we could do.
Yeah.
We could start Tokyo Drift.
I like that.
Yeah, we could start Fast and Furious flat racing.
And
That's
then burn
awesome.
it down.
Yeah,
Good Lord.
burn that rice rocket down. That'd be amazing.
So,
Nick.
Greg,
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is Burning Man a topic?
I thought it might be there.
I think it's
it
gonna be
seemed
a
like
topic.
it already
Yeah,
I think
was.
we should do that.
That was just so.
Because I can't wait for the headline and thumbnail on that.
Look at how mad Kevin is because now he's got to go back and
gotta
listen.
figure it
There's a
out,
point
Kevin.
in that conversation where we deviate pretty hard
From
from
recycling.
recycling. So if you hear us talking about naked people at a sake bar, that's not the recycling portion of the topic.
Yeah, it was right when I asked what because I'm fascinated by people's like that have gone to Burning Man because to me there's something.
Everybody who comes back says this, that it changed their life and you got to go. At
You
some point.
can't.
You know.
It's impossible. There's certain things that are impossible to communicate, like a DMT trip. Right? You heard Joe Rogan.
Wait, what's a
DMT?
DMT? Oh, right. Okay.
Dimethyltryptamine.
Yeah,
You can't communicate it. You know, you
just
either
gotta do it.
are trying it or you're not. But you can read books, you can study it for 20 years, and you can't comprehend the experience. Burning Man's like that. You can read the books, you can look at the footage, but no matter what, no matter how you're hearing about it, you're hearing about it through a small lens,
Right.
like this. But the experience is like this. So the scale is incomprehensible, and that's what's so freaky. I mean, imagine pulling up to like the circus of the insane at night, and for miles, all you see is like insane circus. The lights, the neon, the fires, the people in fucking insane clothes. 40-foot snails driving by, big ducks that are rock concerts driving by that cost $1 million to build the art
See,
car
this is
concert.
so weird because it's so many cool things.
like a
I mean, it's like you sold me, you're scaring me. You sold me, you're really scaring me.
It's like living in Tim Burton's brain.
Yeah. Okay.
right.
Here's my question. I can't remember if this was a certain section of it or from a friend's story he was telling me. Is there no money at Burning Man or is there just a
Well,
section?
it's not supposed to be money.
Okay.
The only thing you can buy at Burning Man is coffee and ice, to the best of my knowledge.
Okay.
And then that's sold by by the organization. And
Gotcha.
beyond that, it's supposed to be barter. That's the idea.
Gotcha. So you bring things to trade kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the idea. But I think with time, you get like when I first started to go, there was more people really engaging that, and as time goes on, it seems like there's more looky-loos,
Okay.
rather than participators.
Sure.
In the beginning, when they first started going out there, it was like you couldn't go unless you participated. You know, you were doing some type of artistic something.
Yeah, they have the rules, right? Aren't there like 5 rules? The original rules of like one is, or like rule number 5 is everyone has to participate. Like everyone has to be exchange the barters. I can't remember what 1 through 5 is, but some of them are like everything has to be sustainable. You have to, whatever you bring in, you have to bring out.
Leave no trace.
Leave no trace is one of them. Yeah. So it's pretty fascinating. What the core tenets of it are really, really cool.
Yeah.
It's basically like what would happen if you just shut down civilization. We all had to just be equal and figure it out. And it's kind of an interesting concept. And that's why whenever anyone says they've been to it, I'm always fascinated because it takes balls to put yourself in that environment for even an hour or not less. Let alone 3 days.
It's rough. You need a vacation when you get back.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, it's rough.
Like I watch a lot of documentaries about climbing K2, and I'm like, that seems hard too. But since I'm part of the climbing community, Kevin, we will do it one day, because it's one of the highest places. Yeah, ice picks.
Wow.
Yes, Kevin. But I mean, I'm just fascinated by something that takes that amount of energy to plan and then go out and execute, because there is a part of all of us that like we're not challenged like that on a day-to-day basis, right? And you don't know, and I'm speaking from what we've done in the last few months is like you don't know what you're capable of unless you challenge yourself on that scale. I'm not saying like what we did is
this is like our K2.
It's probably harder. No,
Yeah,
joking.
I think
But
Do they ever run out of coffee pods on K2?
I tell you what they don't do is they don't have that. I mean, their Walgreens is way closer than ours.
There's no sake booth on the way up.
They'd freeze their nipples off, unfortunately. Yeah. So I'm fascinated by it. One day we'll have to think about it, but it's not going to be today.
One day we'll think about it.
You know, it's just really kind of an ultimate counterculture expression. Really, it's an arts festival. And that's really what it is. You know, and people should see it for that experience, and then they're going to come back different. I mean, I walked down and I'd be like, "Is this guy all right?" You know,
Yeah.
someone just sitting there like this, you know, and you go, "Hey, dude, you okay?" You know,
how much stuff do you bring with you when you go to this thing?
man, I got the 22-foot diameter tent dome.
Okay, so you come and like
I'm set up.
You got all
You call it Thunderdome 2?
No,
Is that why it all goes down?
No, I saw it from Sid Griss. He's a big DJ. He runs a camp out there called Opulent Temple, and he just had this tent. I was like, oh my god, that makes life so much easier. And then you got to sun shield it. You know, so there's a whole dialing in to learn. First year, just take an RV.
Yeah.
You know, and then you got the bathroom, you got the air conditioner and all that. But
So now I had this
it's
vision
not
of
as
you
fun.
with your own little dome, and you're like a Moulin Rouge-esque like ringleader.
I was gonna say the same thing where he's like basically like every hour, like at a certain hour during the day, there's 1 hour where the master like comes out of his tent and Lorne's just like carried. It's like that scene from 300 where the Persian like emperor is being carried by the guys on his gigantic throne with a thing that's going over his ear.
Oh man, I wish.
That'd be dope.
that
Next
would be
year
so
we'll make it happen for you.
We'll be your entourage. We'll make sure that
my
happens.
God.
I have seen one where there was about 8 muscle bound guys carrying these gorgeous women on a pedestal like that. You know, it was a Queen of Sheba theme or something. They're just
I love
walking through and whips.
Right
women
next to
are
the giant
cracking
snail.
whips, and these guys
Right
are
next to
butt
the giant
naked.
snail.
You know, bodybuilding dudes. It
That's
was just
awesome.
hilarious.
That is awesome. See, I would want to see that one. I mean, that's my problem is I'd want to see it and then immediately go back to my hotel where it's air conditioned, take a shower, and just decompress for a while.
Yeah.
But like that's the
It
whole
doesn't
point.
go that way.
No,
Yeah.
I know.
No, it's way worse than that.
Let's go and like dressed as Star Trek people and act like we landed there.
You'll see some. They'll be
Yeah.
there. Yeah, sure. Yeah, someone will be driving around in a Starship Enterprise or something. It'll be there. You bet. Their art cars is huge. You know.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
It's
worth
crazy.
checking
It's
out.
totally intimidating though. Just hearing the
It
stories,
is.
I'm like,
It
I don't
is.
think I could hack it. I don't know if I could do it. I don't
It's
think
like
I
an
could do
entire
it.
city of
I
Banner.
burn. I burn easy.
Oh, you'd be dead, bro.
I drink a lot, like of the booze. So if I saw that, and then I'm gonna dehydrate it already.
Oh, you gotta just pace it out. We'll have to get you on some sort of illicit substance instead of booze. You'll have to start smoking weed.
Okay. For this,
Wait
I
a
will.
minute, you live here and you don't?
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Greg's not really like he doesn't have he likes to drink. That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like
Not
I like
really.
wings. I got my vices, comic books and stuff.
Video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Video games. Yeah.